When it's time for an adventure on the open highway, one quick call to American Family Insurance gets you headed in the right direction. Our Travel Peace of Mind package is there if you encounter a bump in the road. From roadside assistance to rental car coverage, we have you covered. Find a local agent or get a quote at amfam.com.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Kroger, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we're dedicated to doing up to a 27-point inspection on our fruits and veggies, checking for things like scarring. In fact, only the best produce like zesty oranges and crisp carrots reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh, our higher standards mean fresher produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Save big on your favorites with the Buy 5 or More, Save $1 each sale. Simply buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Stand by. The vacuum tubes are warming up. This is a special live broadcast right here on Georgia Radio.
Hey, welcome. This is Wade here with Matt on the Georgia Folk and Farm Life radio show here on Matt's GeorgiaRadio.com, sponsored by the Meeks Brothers Cattle Company.
MBCbeef.com is the web address.
MBCbeef.com.
Yeah, Mike Bravo Charlie, MBCbeef.com for the finest beef in all the land. Grass-fed, grain-finished. Yeah, and you know, for the folks out there that are real particular, I wonder if they're ever going to do just an all-out grass-fed beef.
It's not that good.
I know, but you see in the stores.
Well, it may be. I mean, I don't know. Some people do like that. That has become.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know that. I know people used to say that it was,
not as marbled and all that. Right. I know.
It is different. It is different. I think we get accustomed to a certain level of fat and beef and things, and it's different than, and we might learn to like it. But now I want to say something first off about my voice. I'm having trouble with my throat lately, and I think some of y'all have aware of that, but I haven't been able to do the show recently.
Wade has taken up opera singing, for those of you wondering why his voice hurts.
I'm one of there's them 3 fat guys. There's 4 of them now.
There's 4 of them. It's those high notes that's just wreaking havoc on him.
Yeah. So, Rigoletto and Carmen and all those, so you just get to your voice. But
we're going to have an old-fashioned laying hands and praying over you.
Yeah, well, I've had a problem with voice and a problem with my throat for a few weeks. I had some tests run. I still hadn't pinned down what it is, but sometimes my voice just get really hoarse and has some pain in my swallow and all. But not dying or anything. But sometimes my voice just won't let me. I don't sound like myself, and I get hoarse and have a little trouble talking. So bear with me if that happens.
What Wade would really like, though, and what Ray would really love is for everybody to just get on Georgia Folk and Farm Life right now and start a new post that says, "We're praying for Brother Wade."
No, don't do that.
And he'd like about 9,000 of those by tomorrow.
But I don't want Georgia Folk and Farm Life. and prayer requests are great and part of what we do. But I don't want it to become all about me and my voice.
Because it's never been all about you on that channel.
No,
or Conway.
Conway.
You're still never in the top 10, even though people think you are.
That is true, Matt.
I know.
You can go into the insights that Facebook gives us, and you want to be humble? Yeah, let me go on there, and I find out I'm never in the top 10 most popular on Georgia Folk and Farm Life. Not once.
Right.
And, so...
Well, hey, we're praying for you. All kidding aside, we are praying for you. And if you have any home remedies,
keep them to yourself. I have to try them all. Shut up.
Yeah, Wade would love to hear those too. So,
no, Matt, please.
All right. On to the big news. The big news is that the gathering is this weekend, and
it is.
And you have managed to hit it out of the park for this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're going to have a good time.
Chris Adams is going to be there giving a presentation. Harvey Williams is going to be there. It's at New Beginnings.
Yeah, and my sister Connie will be playing some music, and we'll be singing some hymns, and we'll have the main this is in conjunction with my 15th sobriety anniversary, which is Friday, and then the event Saturday. And so I knew Brian Sparks and other friends would want to do something on they did it on my 10th. They had a dinner for me. So I said, well, with that coming up, let's just have the gathering, and it is one event, and at New Beginnings, where the place has kept me grounded and drug and alcohol free for all these years. And for those of you that maybe newcomers or not aware, we've had gatherings most years except during COVID. The first we had at New Beginnings in Christ at our venue called God's House.
That's the big outdoor venue.
It's a place out there in the country. But it's not quite big enough.
Because New Beginnings in Christ is certainly not out in the country.
No,
if you live in downtown Garfield, which,
yeah, it's huge.
If you're on Georgia Folk and Farm Life, that is a big city.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And so we had it out there, and Thad Estes bought a hog and cooked it and smoked it and made barbecue, and we had a great time out there. The group was much smaller then, and
you look like you've got a crocodile.
I've been
between your legs. What is
Conway?
Can't see the video.
Driving me crazy. I love him, but you got to go calm down, buddy.
Wade looks like he's swatting fleas or pushing ants off of his pants right now.
Get your little fat butt up here. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, we've got to take this to television. I'm telling you. It's got to be TV at some point. Well, we'll figure that out when we get a big fat sponsor.
But anyway, we've had the first one there. Then we had one at Bevericks and Metter. That way everybody just got food and didn't have to bring anything. It was pretty good, but we had one we rented the Tatnall Campground, which is a beautiful old campground. And when I say campground, I mean a tabernacle and tents around it, buildings around it that have been there for many, many years that are used for religious Christian events. And it's a place where I went on the walk to Emmaus. It's a special place to me, and it was wonderful there. But then we decided the last time to come back to Garfield and do it at NBIC at the New Beginnings in Christ. And since our group helped support that ministry, and it's been a lifesaver to me and many others, we had the last day in conjunction with the Old Time Radio Hour, and it was a great day. That was a fun event. We decided to separate the Old Time Radio Hour from the.
Well, that was a pilot. I mean, we were only going to do one with that.
Yeah. And it was good. And then you're working on having those in the future.
We are
trying to find a venue, but then we're going to have this one just basically like we did the last one here at New Beginnings. It's going to be a good time. We always have great food and people. I bought. I have to wait a minute. Sometimes it hurts. I have to stop talking.
Send your prayer request to P.O. Box.
Stop it. Listen, any of you moderators, administrators, don't just decline them all. I love them. I love y'all. Matt, I don't want it.
No, we're not going to let it. But, there's not much we can kid you about. I have to stay on my toes. By the way, this would be a good television thing at some point. But it's expensive to produce TV. We want to thank, again, Meeks Brothers Cattle Company for all that they've been doing to keep the radio show on.
To step out into television.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said we'd had to have a big fat sponsor for that because I'm not kidding you. TV is expensive. Boy, I mean, that is big money to produce. So we got to work on it. But thank you to Meeks Brothers for this.
Classic. I have that classic face. What is it? Face for radio.
Face
and
for
I'm
radio.
not that. Yes, I do, and I don't have a face for television. But,
oh my goodness! Well, this is exciting though.
If you go out there and look at the moon a while ago, it was as red and orange as it's been, and I've only seen it one other time look as beautiful as it did a while ago.
We've got so many pine trees right here that it was just bright yellow.
I messaged my friend Randy Olive, texted him to look at it, and his house is located in a lower spot with trees on it. He couldn't see it yet, but I hope it stays red orange so he can see it. But anyway, going back to the gathering, so we're going to have a good time. We're going to do a little bit on, I will not be speaking much. I usually would, and I've spoken at New Beginnings of Christ countless times, and for an hour or more at a time. But I won't be able to do that this Saturday. But,
we've got the Reverend Ricky Rebler. He's going to be down there.
Yeah.
Speaking on your part during the healing moment.
Brian Sparks, y'all know he's like a son to me, and he stood by me through thick and thin when I was a drunk. I don't mean like I was a drunk, and I know a lot of find that hard to believe, but yes, I was. I went so low in life that I didn't have anything. I was homeless and didn't have anything but the clothes on my back, and came to Garfield and been working as hard as I could diligently since, and to have turned my life around the way I have, it's not been me. It's God and a few wonderful people. And most of my life was not good. It was a horror show, my childhood up. But the last 15 years of my life have been fantastic. If I go tomorrow, you can say Wade had a wonderful life.
Amen. Well, and New Beginnings is where it all turned around. I mean, really and truly.
Yes, and this Facebook group, Georgia Folk and Farm Life, and this I've met. This just made my life abundant in ways that I never would have foreseen. When I started this group, I had no it's going to be so life changing and so affirming and an uplifting thing that would that just so many blessings is yielded.
Amen. Well, you've done so well with it.
Go back to the gathering. There's one person who's one of my favorite people that I wouldn't have known was Miss Ruth Brown Jenkins and her husband, Mr. Al, who passed away a few months ago. I love them. And Miss Ruth's at a recovery home right now. She's hoping to go back to her house soon. And but I talked to her today, and she's not going to be able to come, of course, this year, and this will be the first one she's missed. And but things change. But we be with us in spirit, and there are others. We've lost members that have passed away, and but we don't forget them. I'll mention somebody, Mr. Leon Haddon, when I first started this group on Facebook. Mr. Metter, and I didn't know him, but we got to be very close, and we would meet up for. He was a veteran, and he had some scars from his war experience in Vietnam, and it did him good. We became friends. We would have men's dinners, just me and him to start with, then Brian Sparks and his son, and other men would join us, and we would have those Mr. Leon dinners, and then he passed away, and that was a great loss. At his funeral, I'll never forget his daughter. The family was walking out. She stopped and hugged me, and she said, "You changed my daddy's life." I just broke down. When something like Georgia Folk and Farm Life can literally cause a man's daughter to say, "You changed my daddy's life," you're a part of something special. That's not just an insignificant thing.
No.
And so that's the kind of Mr. Leon. We still have occasionally we have men's dinners in there, Mr. Leon, and now Leon and Mr. Al Jenkins, and we hold them in honor of them. We'll have one of those soon. But anyway,
I've been to one of those. That's a lot. That's such a special time. I mean, it really is.
It is a special time. It's men's only because that Mr. Leon was messaged with his wife this week. She's a sweetie, Miss Kathy, and that was just a wonderful family. But that's just one example or two examples. The Brown Jenkins, Miss Ruth and Mr. Al Jenkins, and I really kind of hate to name names because there's so many others too. But I wouldn't have none of this in my life, were it not for Georgia Folk and Farm Life. So it's been a lot to share that. And if you'll come to the gathering Saturday, you'll have a uplifting experience. And I don't know that there's very many Facebook groups that.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, not that
could do such a thing. I don't think they're not the network of family and friends that are created here is something unique, and I just think leading and Faith Stapleton and Randy Olive and that encouraged me to do this, and they've been a part of it too. Randy has them, and we know we love. Burnett and Brock, her husband, they're just great folks. And so, like I say, again, the list go on, but I have been so blessed, and then it's a blessing when people tell me, they say, no, Wade, it's been a blessing, not me, but the group has been a blessing to them. So it's a two-way street. It
is a two-way street. I would be there on Sunday, but as you know, haven't said anything about this, but I lost my own father just a bit ago, and we have his funeral on that day. So I will not be able to be there. But if, as I told you, well, thank you. But as I told you, if he suddenly rises from the dead, I'll be there with all the angels and all the saints. We'll have one heck of a gathering at that point.
That'll be a gathering. That will be. That's an opening line. What a gathering that will be. Yes.
And Connie knows that, I'm sure. She knows that one, and all the rest of them. It's going to be such a fun day, and I'm really sad, and I mean that. I'm really sad that I'm not going to get to be there.
And we thought that Harvey Williams wasn't going to be able. He surprised me this week with telling me that he was, after all, going to be able to be there. And so that means a lot. I mean, Harvey, that's another one. I would never know Harvey Williams.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know you, Matt.
Nope.
And so if anybody can't look at this and see that God has had a part in it, because I didn't do it. I used to say to my mama when something went wrong when I was little, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't do this either.
You didn't do this either. We got to sell some beef for Meeks Brothers Cattle Company.
Right.
Meeks Brothers Cattle Company, mbcbeef.com, the proud sponsor of this show, mbcbeef.com. You can order it in any size, shape, quantity you want, and tell them when you want to pick it up, and then they'll have it ready for you. And it's just wonderful, wonderful beef. We have to take a break. We'll be right back. Going to give Brother Wade's voice just a quick chance to rest up, and then we'll be right back after this.
Hi, this is Wade Peoples from Georgia Folk and Farm Life Radio. I'm here to tell you about Meeks Brothers Cattle Company. And you don't have to worry about supply chain issues or where your beef comes from. Do what I do and call Meeks Brothers Cattle Company today. You can get a whole, half, a quarter, any amount of beef you want. Good quality beef, vacuum packed, lasts up to 3 years in your freezer. It's grass-fed, grain-finished, made to order. Visit Meeks Brothers Cattle Company on Facebook today and tell them Brother Wade sent you. And that's Meeks Brothers Cattle Company. Thank you.
I know you can hear me, and so can your customers. Lots of people don't take kids seriously. Well, listen up. Advertising on Georgia Radio is seriously easy and affordable. Visit georgiaradio.com/advertise, or better yet, call the station. So let's talk. Your customers are listening, and so is my mom. Hi, Mom.
Georgia Radio. Good company and great country.
Enjoying the country music.
Well, you're back with us with the last half of tonight's Georgia Folk and Farm Life Radio. And we're glad you could join us. We're talking about the gathering. And again, I remind you that my voice is weak, so I'm not as loud and obnoxious as usual.
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, by the way,
Conway has
real quick. The website again is MBC Beef, Meeks Brothers Cattle. So mbcbeef.com, where you can order that Meeks Brothers Cattle Company beef.
Well, I'll tell you something else, Matt, about talking about the Meekses. I've known them most of my life, and they're just I know Mr. George Meeks, Steve's daddy, and Andy, and Steve's boys, all of them. And it's not only a great product, it's a family business, and those people have a work ethic and a generous Christian spirit about them that you'll love doing business with them and get some great beef. Brian Sparks and his family, y'all know he's like a son to me. Brian got a half cow from them in December, and they absolutely love it. Yeah. And it is a special thing. Well, now, Conway has calmed down because he finally ate his supper. When he eats his chicken, he goes and flops down in his bed, so he's no longer terrorizing me wanting attention.
Well, I think that's good. I do think that's good that he's calming down just a bit. I'm not that. I could be a multitasker, but when you're trying to juggle Conway and a radio show at the same time, when he's wired like that. Now, what were you going to say? No, I was just going to say that we're looking forward to the gathering. I know everybody is looking forward to being there, even if it's just in spirit that they can come. But one of the best things about the last gathering for me, in addition to doing our big, old time radio hour, was our guest that we had down there. We had Mark Ware, of course, who's gone on to do wonderful things. Oh yeah. But then we also had Alex, our 9-year-old banjo picking sensation. Well, let me tell you, I wanted to give you an update because a lot of folks have been asking about Alex. Alex is doing fine. He's actually played quite a bit. He's been playing at the Station Inn, as you know, in Nashville. And has gotten a whole lot of traction. He actually played Wood Songs just the other day, and they've live streamed that. And I'm telling you, this kid is just he's making us proud. Give us his full name, Lex. Well, Alex Davis. And what I'm going to share actually a link on our page there on Facebook, and I'll share it on the Georgia Folk and Farm Life group. Of that broadcast, because I'm telling you, the kid, he's just doing incredibly well, and it's so wonderful to see him. He is good. He's wonderful, and he's playing. His playing has improved to the point where I saw he and his father and mother this past December. This guy was freezing up. Well, I saw him out in December in Las Vegas, and just really, really wonderful to see him out there. I've got you. You probably can't hear me, can you? Well, let me reconnect here with Brother Wade here, and we'll get him right back on. I'll tell you what, if you can go out there, though, all kidding aside, if you can go out to the gathering and get together with Brother Wade there and everybody out there, it is truly going to be a time of blessing to be there. Sister Connie on the piano, just so much to go and see. So please try to make it out there to the gathering. Wade, I think we got you back now. What's been going on Georgia Folk and Farm Life here this week that stands out to you? Well, we've had some fun things. We could do some educational stuff, mix it up. I like for it to be like a small magazine where you have different things for different strokes for different folks. But by the way, just remind everybody, Chris Adams is going to be doing like a half-hour presentation. And I didn't ask him to. I just told him that he should decide what the topic was going to be. So I'll be as surprised as you. But let's see. I posted this morning about my Top Job commercial when I was a kid. Did you read that? I haven't read anything today. Yeah. Okay. You need to read it. Top Job was a cleaner. I'm waiting to read tonight. Yeah, Top Job was a house cleaning product that advertised on television that the Top Job man might knock on your door, and if you answered with Top Job, you'd win $100. And being a little Asperger's kid, I took everything literally. Then I thought for sure that meant the Top Job man would come to our house. And we were riding. I was a little kid. We were riding the whole family, and Daddy was very jealous of Mom, always was. And I just popped up and said, "Mama, did that man ever come to our house?" And that caused chaos. Daddy, "What man?" And Mama said, "What man?" And he pulled over, and they, gave me the third degree there, and I was too scared to talk, and it took a little bit for me to tell them I was talking about the Top Job man. And there you go. Yeah. Hey, by the way, did you read where Chris Adams? You asked me what I'd read it in. I haven't read much, but I did read where he said that he's going to be bringing possum and taters for the potluck. So that's good. That'd be good with me. I have tried them. I've never, I ain't never filled up on it, as they say. Well, I got to tell you, his garden looks amazing, by the way. Chris's garden. Did you see what he did a great job of plowing. I saw that this afternoon. He's a better man than I am. He did all that. For that. I think he used a push plow. He did. But that's amazing. This morning I posted about walking catfish. Have you ever heard of walking catfish? Oh, yeah. Well, down in Florida, and
they were introduced invasive species, but they do walk along on their pectoral fins and use their tail to wiggle, and they'll go from pond to pond or water hole to water hole.
I saw that, and I know this goes against everything, but to me, the catfish is just perhaps the ugliest fish of all.
Sure.
I cannot stand them.
But not other catfish.
No, but I just that is not something that I just don't like them.
You don't like catfish?
No.
I go probably years sometimes without eating them, but when good catfish is hard to beat.
I know they taste good. Now, growing up on the water and whatnot, that is the most.
They are scavengers, they're scavengers.
There's so many other fish I'd rather eat than a catfish.
Well, they're scavengers, but so are crabs, and people love crab legs.
So are people, in a lot of ways.
Buzzard of the sea, as they say.
I do like some crab cakes.
But I wrote this about the walking catfish, how when the news came out in the 60s that they were in Florida and moving slowly towards Georgia, it kind of unnerved my mama.
They're coming
out the screen door. Like they would show up at any minute. She seemed very afraid of.
Yeah, walking catfish might run into one of those at night. Yeah, you don't want to do that. That would not be good.
I tell you what, Mama would laugh at most of that. I use her quite often as an illustration or tell stories on her, but yeah. And
God bless her. Well, they haven't shown up yet that I'm aware of.
No, they, but so they say, like, somebody commented to see a bunch of them marching across a golf course in Florida is a sight to behold. I've never seen them, but they really do. They travel.
When I was out in West Texas, they have the tarantula migration, but I'd take that over walking catfish. I'm like your mama.
No, I'd have to. If there were tarantulas here, I'd move.
I'd move if there were walking catfish. I just don't like them. I don't like anything about them. And that is the God's honest truth. I just, nope.
Oh, well, let's go back now. We'll go back and talk about the gathering now.
But I will go. Can I just say that I will go to Canoochee Catfish with you?
Yeah,
those are God's catfish that eat down there.
But they have great all seafood, shrimp, scallops, oysters.
I'd go there, but
they have some of the finest,
you're not going to
broil flounder.
Oh yeah.
And they have so many good things there.
You're just not going to catch me out there on the lake trying to fish under a log for a catfish. No thanks.
Yeah. But
okay,
anyway,
sorry.
Back to the gathering. You do not have to donate at all, but we are asking if you will or can either bring your donation with you Saturday or mail it to me. It's getting a little late to be mail it to me with checks or money orders made payable to NBIC, not me. Yeah. And mail them to me at Post Office Box. Hold on.
Yeah.
Post Office Box 135, Garfield 30425. But anyway, we're
135 is the P.O. Box number in Garfield, in case you couldn't.
135, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let you duck out here. I know it's getting.
I want to finish this. So, if I ordered 12 Boston butts and 40 pounds of chicken legs from my friends over at the nearest IGA in Portal and be picking them up. The guys in the program at the ministry at the NBIC are going to cook the Boston butts over a pit, and they're going to fry the chicken legs, the drumsticks. So we're asking if you can. If you don't have to bring food, if sometimes it won't work out, you might be driving along. But if you do, bring side dishes and desserts, breads and things too, and we'll have a great meal. It's amazing. It's one of those, those old time churches.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Never seen so much food piled up.
It's going to be good.
I know. Look, I know you're in pain with your voice, and we're praying for you. We want you to get feeling better. Don't say anything on Georgia Folk and Farm Life, though. Keep Brother Wade in your prayers, though, with his voice, that his voice would be healed and that he would be restored with his voice. And visit Meeks Brothers Cattle Company, mbcbeef.com, and order some of that delicious Meeks Brothers Cattle Company beef right now. What do we say, Brother Wade? Nobody beats Meeks Meats. He's still smiling. He grass-fed, grain-finished made to perfection there. Meeks Brothers Cattle Company. Going to be a fun gathering this weekend. Y'all better go Saturday and just get there.
Yeah, we'll see y'all Saturday. Y'all drive safely and come see us Saturday. And thank you for joining us tonight. And we love y'all and we appreciate you.
Amen. Good night, Brother Wade.
Good night.
Georgia Radio. Good company and great country.
You know,